yoga class turn and stare when I walked in without any makeup for the first time. So I'd been going to this yoga studio for 8 months. Every single class, I'd show up with a full face of makeup, foundation, concealer, mascara, the works. Even for hot yoga where everyone's sweating buckets. I was that girl who somehow kept her eyeliner perfect through Downward Dog. My usual routine was insane. I'd wake up at 5 a.m. just to do my makeup before the 7 a.m. class. Then I'd drive across town to this fancy studio where all the rich moms went. These women would roll up in their Range Rovers wearing $200 yoga pants, but somehow I fit in because I looked put together. The instructor, Melissa, was this former dancer who acted like she discovered yoga herself. She'd always compliment my natural glow during class. Little did she know my glow came from a $40 highlighter and 3 different concealers. But last Tuesday, my alarm didn't go off. I woke up at 6:45 a.m. in a total panic. My class started in 15 minutes and I lived 20 minutes away. I threw on leggings and a sports bra, grabbed my mat, and sprinted to my car. No time for makeup, not even lip balm. I figured I'd just sneak in the back and hope nobody noticed. Wrong. The second I walked through those glass doors, conversations stopped, like dead silent. 20 women turned to look at me like I'd walked in naked. My skin was blotchy from sleep, my eyes were puffy. I had a massive zit on my chin that I usually covered with 3 layers of concealer. Without my usual contouring, my face looked completely different. Rounder, younger, more real. Melissa stopped setting up her playlist and just stared. "Oh my god, Amy, are you feeling okay?" she asked, loud enough for everyone to hear. The concern in her voice made it worse, like I looked sick or something. I mumbled that I was fine and rolled out my mat in the corner, but the damage was done. During warrior pose, I caught 3 different women whispering and glancing at me. During savasana, when we're supposed to be relaxing, I heard someone whisper, "She looks so young without all that makeup." After class, things got weird. This woman named Brenda, who I'd been chatting with for months, walked right past me like she didn't recognize me. Another regular, Janet, came up and said, "Wow, you look so different, more authentic." But the way she said authentic sounded like she was calling me fake before. Then Melissa pulled me aside. "You know, Amy, you have such beautiful natural features. You should consider embracing them more often." She meant it as a compliment, but all I heard was that I'd been lying to everyone for 8 months. The worst part came when I was leaving. I overheard 2 women talking by their cars. I always wondered why she wore so much makeup to yoga. Now I know why. They both laughed. My stomach dropped. I sat in my car for 10 minutes debating whether to ever come back. I felt exposed. Like everyone had been judging my makeup routine this whole time and finally had proof I was insecure underneath. But then something clicked. These women had been perfectly nice to me when I was dolled up. Now they were treating me differently just because I looked human. That said more about them than me. I decided to do an experiment. The next week, I showed up makeup free again. Same reactions. Whispers, stares. Melissa's overly encouraging, "You look so natural and beautiful today." By the 3rd week, something amazing happened. The staring stopped. People got used to my actual face. And honestly, I started feeling more comfortable too. No worrying about mascara running during hot yoga. No touching up lipstick between poses. But here's the plot twist. A month later, I found out why everyone really reacted so strongly that first day. I ran into Janet at the grocery store, and she finally told me the truth. Turns out, for months, Melissa had been using me as an example of what not to do. During her teacher training workshops, she'd point me out and say things like, "See how some students feel they need makeup to feel confident? That's the insecurity yoga should help heal." She'd been talking about me behind my back to other instructors, making me the poster child for vanity and insecurity. When I showed up without makeup, everyone was shocked because they'd been hearing about my makeup obsession for months. I confronted Melissa the next week. She tried to backtrack, saying she was just encouraging authenticity, but I'd heard enough. I switched studios immediately.